Good morning, welcome back. Did you know the reason you have a headache along with back pain is because you've been staring at your phone for 3 hours straight without drinking any water? How close was I? Did I get it right? Was I pretty close? So one of the most common ways to learn something new is to have someone teach you. It usually comes in the form of formal education, like teachers, teaching everyone about the powerhouse of the cell from Dragon Ball Z, a casual Google search on how to perform open heart surgery in 10 easy steps, maybe even 5 if you're feeling ambitious. Or the most casual of them all, good old advice, like a middle-aged relative telling you about a Facebook article they read about the government putting microchips in the water, and why you should get a Brita filter, or a random stranger on the internet teaching you things. People sharing their knowledge is a good thing, typically a net positive for your life. Like someone taught me how to crack my back using a foam roller. I now have the supple back of a young 43-year-old, but not all advice is created equal, especially online. I'm sure you've come across those accounts or pages dedicated to teaching you about specific topics. You've got finance bros, Gen Z therapists.
After that, it was, are you still listening?
Yes, sorry, I was note taking.
Top 20 foods that can
Cooks that do their best at making food unappetizing as possible, and bodybuilders in their weeb phase. Every flavor and every combination of person exists on social media, and you can learn a lot just by reading someone's bio on their profile. I've seen bios that include their profession, the fill in the blank I have a PhD in, and some sort of professional degree from a university. Which, hey, good for you, that's way more than I have, but at the same time, who are you people? Literally anyone can share anything and know nothing about nothing. Can I pick up my phone and lie and say that I have a master's in astrophysics? Like you'd never know just by looking at me. We consume so much content on a day-to-day basis just by scrolling through our phones. We sort of turn our brains onto autopilot, and we fall into the trap of believing the first thing we see more often than we like to admit. Because realistically, who has time to do a background check on every single person that says something helpful on the internet? Like sometimes I'm so busy, what should be me eating 3 meals a day turns into a few slices of cheese and a dream. So thanks to Kara for sponsoring this video and for helping us feel our best. You probably already know how hectic life can be, how the economy is going up in flames, and how pretty much looking at anything will cause you stress. Forgetting to take care of your health is something that happens to the best of us. Care of is a subscription supplement service that introduces a vitamin routine into your lifestyle. It's a great way to consistently support your diet and form healthy habits that'll benefit you in the long run. Every subscription starts with a quiz, so Care of can really personalize and give you the best recommendations for your vitamin routine. It all comes in these ready-to-go packets you can take in one sitting. Supplements that support digestion, stress, and immunity are just a few examples. You'll be getting the most out of your supplements since everything is thoughtfully sourced using research-backed ingredients and nutrient forms that are easy for your body to absorb. And these packets are super handy if you need to throw them in your work bag when you're in a rush. Care of recommended 4 daily vitamins for me. I really like the probiotic blend and vitamin D they included in here. I usually spend more than half my day working indoors, so the only source of light I see is when I stand next to a window or my computer screen. I feel a lot better knowing that I'm actually getting my vitamin D from supplements, if not from the sun. I'm also not used to eating super heavy meals, which tends to be the case when I go out to eat. So the probiotics have actually helped me regulate my gut health. Sounds fun, right? And help with my digestion, especially after Korean barbecue and all-you-can-eat sushi. Routines aren't always the easiest to stick with, so Care of has a free app that reminds you to take your vitamins in case you ever forget. It's kind of nice looking back on how many days in a row I've taken my vitamins. Take Care of's quiz to find out what's recommended for you, and you can use my code Edvasian for 50% off your first order. Can you guess what inspired us to talk about today's topic? Friends. Aww. It's proven by science, probably. Spending just 1 hour of hanging out with your friends can improve your vibes by 200%. No mental health issues here. Friends are great if you've ever had them before. If you've never had a single friend in your life, ever, I guess I can be your friend. Ew, just kidding. I am not your friend. We can be acquaintances though, through our mutual friend, YouTube. If a friendship has run its course, or you realize you're kind of toxic for each other, it's best to just break up and end it. You could slowly drift apart and stop replying to their texts as often, like most normal people would. Or if you're the confrontational type, challenge them to a duel. Or whatever you crazy extroverts like to do. Sometimes you guys are so loud. It's definitely not easy when you decide to stop being friends with someone. Pesky things like emotions get in the way since people often have feelings. Thank God for the therapy side of TikTok that teaches you the best way to break up with a friend.
I've noticed you've been withdrawn and haven't wanted to hang out recently. What's going on? I've treasured our season of friendship, but we're moving in different directions in life. I don't have the capacity to invest in our friendship any longer.
Perfect! I've always wanted to speak like an HR rep, letting someone go because of budget cuts. We're always told to keep our work and personal lives separate so we can be healthy and happy. Well, according to this TikTok, don't. It's giving CEO firing their employees through a Zoom call. No thoughts, no empathy, just here to rise and grind. Is this relatable? Do we all love slipping in unnecessary terminology to really get our point across? Like some sort of AI trying to learn an emotion? We also have this quotable line right here. I've treasured our season of friendship. Ooh, that sounds spicy. Like a dash of black pepper level of spicy. When did we start keeping track of our friendship lengths? In seasons? Y'all having friend anniversaries and contract renewals I'm not aware of? Personally, the season's kind of dragging. I prefer season 2, when we accidentally backed into someone's car, said oopsies, and drove away. This is really smart, because if you refer to a season of friendship, most people will end the relationship before you even get a chance to. They're not wrong. If you're talking to me and I hear the words treasured, I am instantly on a pirate boat with a treasure map. This feels so sterile and avoidant. Oh my god. I'd rather be ghosted. I would also rather be ghosted than have someone speak to me like this. Actually, I would literally just ghost them while they're speaking, because I'm sure they won't even notice. Like here they are brushing off any genuine concerns and real human emotions their friend is experiencing. Oh, and this is only the first 15 seconds. Surprise, there's more.
Is it something I did? This feels really sudden. I get that it might be hard to understand, but I've been reevaluating many areas of my life recently, including my ability to be a good friend to you.
Does every well-adjusted adult speak like this? Cause I've never seen one before. They're only like 1% of the population. The rest of us are messed up.
I just want to be honest and upfront, so I don't disappoint your expectations. I'm sorry if this feels painful and confusing. I wish you all love and success.
Okay. So if you want to say, I can only think about myself right now, and I don't really care about what's going on in your life, then just keep that to yourself. Oh my god. People aren't just NPCs in your life. You can't just be saying whatever to make yourself feel better without any consequences. Being a good communicator and getting your feelings across is important, but you don't need to share every single thought you have if it makes someone feel bad. You'd probably want to do it in the nicest way you can since you don't want to hurt someone for no reason. This has the same energy as people that tweet their thoughts thinking that'll solve world issues. I've been thinking, stop seeing color and start seeing each other. Wow, all in a good day's work. Good charitable people like me are a gift to everyone living on this planet. There are two types of people in our capitalistic world, employers and employees. When you act like a boss, talking down to your minimum wage worker for lying about why the ice cream machine is broken again, it just seems condescending and like, I am way too good to be your friend. Ugh. I think this is more hurtful than letting it phase out. I get the message, sort of, but people do not talk like this. Anyways, your severance package will be PayPal to you in the form of NFTs. Speaking of HR reps and jobs, there are a lot of accounts that make content focused on the interview process and how to get hired by doing these 10 easy steps. Number 1.
If you fail a job interview,
Oh my god, my ears.
reply with the following email. Dear Sir, Madam, thank you for your email.
Why are we yelling? My back may be 40 years old, but my ears are a youthful 25. I can hear just fine with the constant ringing in my ear I hear every day. No need to yell. Sir? This is a McDonald's? I'm assuming the majority of people that came across this TikTok just want to work somewhere chill like McDonald's or a random retail store. They probably should have clarified that this is for people that want to work in the corporate world. I hope that's what this was meant for, because it would be very out of touch if he thinks this will work for every job.
While I am disappointed not to have been successful, I appreciate the opportunity you gave me to be interviewed for the position. I thoroughly enjoyed learning more about your company, and I am still still interested in working for you if it does not work out with the successful candidate.
If you send an email like this to the overworked millennial manager that just wants to hire someone who will just show up to their shift on time, you're gonna stay a customer forever. And you're never gonna know if the ice cream machine is truly broken or not. In all caps too, they're gonna hear your email through the screen.
Why do you want to leave your job?
I want to leave my job because I'm seeking a fresh challenge where I will get to work on new and exciting projects with...
Did they not notice the jarring difference in volume while editing this? Being loud isn't going to convince someone to hire you. That trick doesn't work anymore. I've tried. This is a tutorial on what volume you shouldn't speak at during an interview.
And exciting projects with other like-minded professionals who all have a common goal. My employer has been fantastic. They've been very supportive and we've achieved many great things whilst I have been there. However, it is now time for me to move on to a new forward-thinking company such as yours, where my skills, knowledge and experience will be put to good use.
Just based on vibes, like all interviews, I would not hire this person to work at this Chili's. We've already got enough noise complaints as it is. But if I know someone looking to hire an employee permanently stuck at the highest volume setting, I will let you know. No wonder he's still doing interviews. Okay, TikTok might not be the first place I would recommend if you're needing tips on getting a corporate job. Don't get me wrong, there is some good advice on here you could actually use in a real life setting, but you're gonna have to shift through a bunch of D-tier content before you find anything remotely useful. Money and finances. Unless you're filthy rich watching this YouTube video on your 5 TVs with an iPhone in each hand, financial advice is something that everyone can benefit from. And I literally mean everyone, because they teach us how to write cursive in school, but not how to file our taxes and invest for retirement. I don't know, doesn't it seem like they want us to accidentally commit tax fraud and become old and poor? Good thing we have the rich sharing their wealth of knowledge publicly so we can make millions and become just like them.
Would you rather have me give you $1 million or teach you how to make $1 million?
Say no more, I will take the money. That is so generous of you. When did they start making $1 million bills?
What would you prefer?
I prefer to learn how to do it so I can keep making millions over and over and over. And I don't have to rely on my parents in the future.
Oh.
Alright, Hassan, what do you prefer?
I prefer to learn how to make $1 million because you learn a lot of lessons in the process of making millions.
It's easy for me to give these guys millions of dollars when I pass away, but it's not gonna do them no good because I'm raising kids with no grit. I'd rather teach them how to make millions so that way they can pass it on to the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. Bam!
Well, they are not just like me for real. To each their own, I guess. Some people want instant gratification, some people just want to suffer for no reason. Also, not sure why you'd still be relying on your parents if you had $1 million in your checking account. Like, go ahead and invest half of it and don't be an idiot with the rest. Hey, actually that was pretty good. Maybe I should try finance stuff. My advice had as much depth as the video we just watched.
Would you rather have me give you $100,000 or teach you how to make $100,000?
I'd rather have you teach me how to make $100,000 because the knowledge is more important than the money.
And that's called generational wealth.
Wait, they just made this video. Can we have some new advice, please? You still owe me $11 million. I am taking the money, learning nothing, so I don't have to be forced into making a TikTok against my will. His sons look like hostages. I'll bet you he paid them at least $100K each after filming this. Just take the money and learn everything from Google instead. At least that's free.
Don't buy the nice house. Buy the ugly house instead. And here's why. You don't want to buy the nice house because it's already at its peak value of $1.7 million. And you can't add any value to it. So you want to buy this ugly house here for $900,000. Then you want to add value by putting $300,000 into this to make this thing look nice. Now you're all in for $1.2 million, but the house is worth as much as the nice house for $1.7 million. And here's the great thing. You have $500,000 in instant equity by remodeling this ugly house. Now you know where the real money is made. It's by buying ugly houses and adding value to it and making it look nice like the nice house.
This TikTok has 15.4 million views. Not sure about you, but do 15 million of y'all have 900K just laying around? I would, if this guy paid me like he said he would. And even if he did, I would rather just buy an average priced home than spend years working on a house. Doing renovations and investing all your money into property isn't gonna guarantee you'll be making it back. You could potentially waste a bunch of time for nothing. I have like $1? That's just enough for a hamburger at McDonald's? Who is he making this content for? I don't think we're the target audience here, along with the other 99% of people that saw this. And millionaires already have money to be browsing on TikTok for financial advice. They probably already have their own private financial team working for them. Buy Ugly Burger, then make it better. You know what? Maybe I am the target audience. Will I be using this free advice I randomly saw on the internet to commit tax fraud and be an awful friend? Maybe, but probably not. What I will be using though is the YouTube algorithm, just like everyone else. Let the algorithm know you've treasured their season of friendship by liking this video and leave a comment for engagement. That way, we can get a new season renewed, because I'll get to pop up on your recommended with new content for you to watch. Anyways, I've been evaluating my life and decided it's time for me to go. Have a good day. Try not to be dumb, and I'll see you in the next one.